Have you ever thought about what it's like being a weapon? Your sole purpose is to kill and instill fear in someone. I was created for this purpose. I was brought into the world same as others, innocent and unaware of things to come. My childhood was fairly normal in terms of growing up in Queens during 1890. Though I was quite a trickster, and I had a little bit of a short fuse. But it didn't really become apparent till I was a juvenile. It just grew worse and worse. My hands, they would become like needles. Luckily, my closest friend helped me control it. Until one night. My sister had went into the town purchasing some food from the markets. It was quite late and she had not returned. My mother sent me out to find her. It wasn't very uncommon. My sister tended to wander if she saw something interesting, but she usually never stayed out late. So I walked into the market streets to see if she had gotten sidetracked. All the stores and stands were closed around this time, so this added to my worry. All I saw were a few coppers and bystanders walking down the road. When I reached the end of the street, I heard something. It sounded like shifting shoes and muffled screams. I sprinted towards the sound until I was met at the entrance of an alley. I saw my sister being mishandled by a man. That's for a lack of better words. I stood frozen in disbelief until the perpetrator saw me. He drew his gun and shot my sister, with a dead stare in his eyes. Then he turned to me, but I ran. Eventually, I stopped by the coppers I had passed and demanded them to find the man. Me and my family were told that the man was found and arrested. My sister didn't survive the bullet. I went to my room and sat down. I didn't weep for some reason. I felt only rage, a boiling rage that felt as if I was melting my insides. I left in the middle of the night to head to the police station. They questioned me on why I was there, but I did not answer. My skin began to turn red, my blood boiled, and horns grew from my head and the fire on my shoulders. My hands became like piercing needles. I rushed to find the man who was locked in his cell. With effortless motion, I ripped the cell doors off and approached him. He begged for his life, but I still ripped through his body till it was unrecognizable. It was a horrific sight. Unfortunately, the police tried to stop me. They too perished in a bloody death. There was something off about all of this. It felt good. It did not matter if they were innocent. The blood on my skin, the screams. I knew it was wrong, but everything felt so right. As soon as the ordeal was finished, I walked out of the station. I was greeted by a man that was clothed in literal shadows. He spoke in a formal tone.
You've enjoyed yourself, haven't you? I can see it on your face.
Who might you be? Someone I must kill as well.
I'm one of your creators.
Creators?
You think your mother could truly create a murderous beast?
All right, Chattermog. If you are one of my creators, what is my purpose?
I will explain to you soon enough. But for now, why don't you indulge in your desires?
He pointed at the city, and I did not view it as I normally did. I saw opportunity. I felt endearment. That night, I traversed throughout New York, killing and enjoying the screams. I did not feel as if I was in control, but I did not want to stop it. Eventually, I found my way home. Clothes tattered and bloody, hands sharpened. The shadowy man I saw before was waiting outside of my house.
Good. You're finally back. My, now isn't that the true face of a killer?
Cut to the chase now, Shadow Man. Tell me what I'm doing here. What is my purpose?
In due time. But you have one last thing to do. Kill the ones you love.
At this point, my once bloody smile faded away. I will not.
Do you not wish to know your purpose?
Not in the slightest. I began to walk away.
You've only scratched the surface of your capabilities. In fact, I'm surprised you told me no. I guess that would be my fault for giving you a human mind.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you see, Gatsby, the human brain can be manipulated, or it can be an iron wall against it. In my oversight, I seem to have given you a stronger will. Your murderous intentions should have overpowered your mind.
Why did you make me this way? Why did I enjoy causing them harm? What sick reason have you created me?
You are a destroyer, Gatsby. You must help.
I do not want to be a destroyer! Why would you do this to me?
You don't have much of a choice. Your murderous desires will return whether you like it or not. We made sure of it. You can never live a normal life, especially not now. So you might as well accept your role. Now, I shall tell you what you must destroy.
No! I will not destroy this world!
That's not what you have.
Silence! Leave me alone! I became like a demon and attacked the Shadow Man. He disappeared. And after this whole ordeal, I went into hiding and learned more and more of my newfound self. Many years I fought my boiling desires. The screams went from a sound of joy to a sound of horror. But eventually I caved in. In my day, there were many heroes and villains, so I became a villain, to use as an scapegoat for my deeds. I became infamous, ruthless, and a sign of terror. Many other villains killed heroes they defeated. Not I. I knew that they were just trying to protect others. Any way for calming my desires was for the better. I must say, though, it was quite easy for myself to fit in the villain role. I even enjoyed fighting someone just as strong as me. But later in my life, around 1940s, I came to find out who the Shadow Men were. It was the Rockefellers. They are the celestial beings who control our world. The Rockefellers brought in new rules that were crippling to villains, so I had to hold in my desires inward more. I am known by many things now. Monster, murderer, lunatic. I do not wish for these things. The evil part of me says I have to, but the human side of me says no. I have lived up to what the other people think of me, because there's no other way to convince them. I am Gatsby, a weapon that doesn't want to be one.